Almost time. There we go. Good evening and welcome to the regular city council meeting. Today is Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. It is 7 p.m. Finally. Regular meetings are generally held on the first and third Tuesday of each month in city council chambers here at City Hall. City clerk, please call roll.
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Genoway?
Here.
Councilmember Winstead?
Present.
Councilmember Otto?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Jennings?
Here.
Mayor Johns?
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Now we'd like to invite Chaplain Serena Cummins of the Orange County Sheriff's Department to provide this evening's invocation, followed by Boy Scouts PAC 705 to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. All rise.
Heavenly Father, thank you for the opportunity to come before you in prayer, regardless of where each of us stands spiritually. May we be reminded of the unity that results when we collectively pause our hearts and minds during such a time as prayer. It's a privilege that we've been granted in this country, and I'm honored to present our requests here this evening. As the upcoming matters on the agenda are presented, I ask for a spirit of collaboration, respect, and efficiency. I pray for the leaders that you've set in place to lead the city, and I thank you for their wisdom, insight, and professionalism. Please bless them for their sacrifice of time and for their commitment to managing the complexity of the matters set before them. I thank you for the community members that felt called to be here this evening and ask that their contributions would add to the betterment of the city that many of them call home. And as always, I pray for your divine protection over all our law enforcement and our city's first responders. Please watch over them and bless them abundantly as they continue to serve and protect the citizens of Laguna Niguel. And before I close, I want to specifically pray for the beautiful life of a very loved community member, Donna Mulvaney, who passed away this morning. May her memory be a blessing, and may those that love her be comforted during their time of grief. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Cub Scout PAC 705, Color Guard, advance. Please place your right hand over your heart. Those in uniform and veterans salute. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance of our nation's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Audience, you may be seated.
Okay, you guys stay right down there, and we're going to come down. As a matter of fact, come back this way. Come on back this way a little bit so we can all say hi to you guys. Hot mic. Thank you, sir. Great job. Great job. Nice job. There you go. Nice job.
Thank you, Mayor.
You bet. Nice job. Great job, guys. Nice job. Okay, let's move all the way back here, guys. Let's move way back here. Let's go back. Let's move way back here. All right, weren't they great? Let's give them a hand, please. Thank you, guys. That was wonderful. And what I want you to do now is give us your name, what school you go to, and what your favorite thing is about scouting, all right? We'll start with you.
Connor.
You can hold it.
Connor.
What school you go to?
Fairmont.
And what's your favorite thing about scouting?
Hiking.
Hiking. All right, thank you. Pass it down that way.
My name is Donovan. I go to St. Edward's and and I love scouting because I can camp a lot.
All right.
My name is Jacob. I go to Mission Basilica. I like scouting because I can hike and I can camp.
All right. And yeah, see, you got a fishing hook up there too, right? You like fishing? Oh, all right. Here you go. Sure, you want them to go first? All right. We'll start down here. You can hold that.
My name is Jack and I go to Van Dam Academy. And my favorite thing about scouting is going on overnight camping trips with the troop.
All right. Very cool.
Hi, my name is Pasquale, and I go to CRA. My favorite part about scouting is the camping and the hikes.
All right.
Hi, my name is Azari. I go to St. Edward the Confessor School. My favorite thing about scouting is how I can learn about all the fun things that we can do and how it's all very important to learn.
Fantastic. Good job. Do we have a troop leader come on up, introduce yourself? You can stay with us in the line here. We'll take some photos. Here you go.
David Hartford, the den leader for the Wolf Den, and we're thankful for the opportunity to be here. Thank you very much.
Well,
Thank
for
you,
being
Mayor.
here. Great kids. Okay, let's get a picture. Okay, who's going to release us? He's got it.
Color guard dismissed and march out.
All right, let's give him one more hand. Great job. Thank you, guys. Great job. Thank you. Okay, that's it. So we'll go on back up. And march out. Public comment and public hearing. Okay, thank you. We'll now move on to public comments. Any person wishing to address the City Council is asked to please complete and present a gold request to speak form, which I have a few right here. These forms are available on the corner near the entry door of the council chambers over there. Please be aware that the time limit will be 3 minutes for each person to speak. This is a time for members of the public to share comments with the City Council. The Brown Act does not allow the City Council to respond to speakers at the meeting. However, City staff will follow up and respond to questions or provide information needed. Speakers will be called in order from the request to speak form. To allow equal time for speakers, minutes may not be given to another speaker. You may have another person read your written statement. City Clerk, other than this one, do we have any other requests?
No, Mayor.
Great. Okay, I'd like to call Christine, is that Park maybe?
Thank you. My name is Christine Park. I'm here as a concerned citizen of Laguna Niguel, but I also happen to be a physician who's been working in Laguna Beach for the last 26 years. About 3 months ago, Providence Mission Viejo announced that it plans to close the hospital and the ER in Laguna Beach. Instead, there will be an urgent care center with expanded outpatient services. Then the southwest portion of Laguna Niguel will lose its access to a hospital and ER. This is a serious downgrade that will have a ripple effect in our city as well as South Orange County. We lost San Clemente Hospital in 2016, We cannot afford to lose another one. According to Providence, Laguna Beach ER has 17,000 visits last year. Can you imagine adding those visits to Mission Viejo ER, where the wait time is already several hours long? One must also consider the increase in the APOT time, which is ambulance patient offload times. This is a time that ambulance has to wait until the patient can be handed off to the ER staff after arriving. As the patients spill over to the remaining ERs, the APOT time will increase for all the ERs in our area. Back to the 17,000. Only 3,000 patients required hospital care. That means 14,000 people got to go home with a peace of mind that only the ER could provide. My concern is that urgent care is that it will allow only patients with insurance. If you do not have insurance, you will not be able to access the urgent care. And even if you had insurance, if you're out of network, then you'll be out of luck. Any MRIs and CT scans would have to wait for prior authorization. And we already have 10 urgent care centers along the coast, from San Clemente to downtown Laguna Beach. They also refer patients to ER for any major medical issues. And there are 120,000 people living and working nearby, and also millions of people who visit our coastline every year. And there are lifeguards who rescue surfers and swimmers, and there are 2,500 boats in Dana Point. So what we really need here is a fully functional hospital with ER, OR, and ICU beds. I'm asking the City Council to work with our Orange County supervisor to keep the ER services intact and keep the hospital open. Every flu season, all the ERs are strained, and this will get only worse with aging population. So this is not just a Laguna Beach problem, it's a regional problem that can affect dynamics of the entire emergency response system.
Sorry, your time is up. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. City Clerk, are there any additional requests to speak?
No, Mayor.
Seeing that there are no more, public comments are now closed. Here we go. We will now move on to the consent calendar. Are there any items to be pulled for from the consent calendar for question or discussion by the council? Okay, we got
Thank you.
Councilmember Otto. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd just like to pull items 5 and 6. I'd like to highlight these for the public, just for information, if I may. But I can move the balance of the consent calendar.
Very good. Do I have a second? Second. And please vote. And it carries. Okay, well, let's go ahead with item number 5.
Thank you so much. This is such great work. I hate that it's here, and I want our residents to know the good work that our Public Works Department is doing, that Laguna Niguel, the City of Laguna Niguel, is the lead agency on this traffic signal synchronization project, which is mostly funded by grants in partnership with the cities of Mission Viejo, Aliso Viejo, and Laguna Hills. When we improve traffic signal synchronization, we improve traffic flow in South Orange County, reduce congestion, and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And I'm wondering if staff can put up a couple of the maps that, just to show the public exactly the work that we're doing. We're getting there. We're getting the maps. I'll give you guys some time to get the maps up. Again, this is mostly grant funded. I want to thank OCTA for the grant, and I want to thank the partnering cities for working with us. So here's the map, and you can see how it goes all the way to the east side of Mission Viejo, all the way to Laguna Niguel. And so we're really making a big impact here in South Orange County. Do you have that other map too? And then this is the other item. So you can see that the city is doing some great work. And so I just wanted to point that out for the public. And with that, I'll move the item.
Do I have a second? and let's vote. Maybe. There we go. And it's been moved or voted on. Let's go on to item number 6.
I'll move that item. I spoke on both topics
Oh, very
on my
good.
comments. Thank
Okay.
you.
Second, and let's vote. Okay, and that carries, so we'll move on. We'll now move on to our discussion item. Tonight's discussion item is the recodification of the Laguna Niguel Municipal Code, Title 8 Updates. Assistant City Manager Martin, will you please introduce this item?
Yes, good evening, Mayor, members of the City Council. This evening, I'll be providing an update on Title 8 of the Comprehensive Municipal Code Update and Recodification Project. This project aims to complete a comprehensive update to the city's municipal code since it hasn't been fully updated since original adoption, resulting in a code that's inconsistent and outdated with current state law and actual city practices, as well as in meeting modern code formatting and editorial standards. To date, the city's contractor, American Legal Publishing, has completed a comprehensive technical, legal, and editorial analysis, and city staff has worked closely with the city attorney's office to further refine and revise areas of the code to most accurately reflect current city practices, organizational structure, and applicable state law. To review, throughout all titles of the Municipal Code update, including Title 8 tonight, there are 2 types of updates. The first type of updates are those considered to be non-substantive. Essentially, they're technical, administrative, or editorial, and do not alter any policy intent, and they serve to professionalize our code. The second type of updates are somewhat subject-specific and are being classified as substantive because they're more targeted to the individual municipal code titles, ensuring consistency with laws and practices while removing unnecessary redundancies. These particular updates focus on clarity and consistency, and they do not represent a comprehensive policy rewrite. Title 8 of the Municipal Code places focus on building regulations. Throughout the entirety of the title, all references to the Uniform Building Code have been updated to reflect the 2025 California Building Code and related codes. Additionally, the outdated terminology of soil engineer has been replaced with geotechnical engineer to best align with state licensing standards. Additional updates referenced on this slide modernize related language and terminology to better align with current city practices and to provide right of entry authority to the building official. On this slide, definitions have been updated to add common and important terms that are frequently relied on upon the normal course of business. In addition, grading permit requirements have been updated to align with current state code and city procedures, while also clarifying the specific type of permit utilized in city practice. Authority enforcement power of the building official have been updated to reflect current authority, as has language related to strengthening the city's enforcement for violations and penalties. The updates here also clarify authority for the city to abate unsafe conditions. Updates to the sections listed here include the removal of outdated provisions related to varying boards, which are inconsistent with city practices and industry best standards. Additionally, clarification is provided for work requiring permits, as well as the application for such permits, better aligning with current city practices. Similarly, plan submittal requirements, technical and inspection requirements, and grading permit scope, timelines, expiration, extensions, and renewals have all been further clarified. Sections included in Title 8 that are shown on this slide provide authority to require financial assurance, such as bonds, deposits, and other securities. They clarify permit and inspection requirements related to cuts, update fill standards to align with actual and current geotechnical practices, provide greater alignment with stormwater regulations, while also adding important terminology meant to align state and federal standards for stormwater. And finally, here you see updates related to the removal of terms such as rough as it relates to grading across all grading stages, and minor as it relates to minor use permits under Title IX's zoning code. Updated language has been included in several sections to clarify that inspection fees are now aligned with current cost recovery practices and adopted fee schedules by the City Council. And reference to the California Department of Transportation standard specifications has been included as a relevant standard. And finally, language has been updated to clearly state that noncompliance in said sections constitutes a municipal code violation. This concludes tonight's Title VIII updates, which serve to provide clarity, consistency, and greater alignment with both current law and city practices. I hope that you found this information to be informative. With this, we do remain on schedule for full recodification in August. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Are there any questions from the council? No? Very good. I will now open this up to public comment. City Clerk, are there any public comments on this item?
There are none.
Thank you. I now close public comments. I will now take any final discussion from the council. None? Very good. Thank you. This concludes the discussion. No additional action will be taken on this item at this time. Tonight, we have one public hearing item, and that is to consider the draft CDBG Annual Action Plan for fiscal year 2026-2027. Community Development Director Orduna, will you please introduce this item?
Thank you, Mayor, and good evening, Council. The presentation for this item will be provided by Management Analyst Hannah Tamadon.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. Tonight, I'll be presenting the Community Development Block Grant Fiscal Year 2026-2027 Annual Action Plan for your consideration. The Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, is a federal grant program administered by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD. The city has received these funds as an entitlement city since 1997. The city directly administers the CDBG program, which includes preparation of the consolidated plan, its annual action plan, and compliance with HUD reporting requirements. These funds are required to be used for activities that meet national objectives in that they primarily benefit low to moderate income residents. The city's use of CDBG funds is guided by two key documents. The 5-year consolidated plan outlines the community's housing and community development needs, priorities, and goals. The City Council adopted the current fiscal year 2025 to 2029 consolidated plan in May of 2025. The annual action plan must be prepared as part of the consolidated plan, detailing the city's planned expenditure of its annual CDBG allocation. The fiscal year 2026 to 2027 action plan is the second year of the 5-year consolidated plan cycle. HUD places expenditure limits on certain categories. Up to 15% may be allocated to public services, up to 20% for program administration. The remainder may be allocated to capital improvement projects. Per HUD noticing requirements, the city initiated the annual action plan preparation process by publishing a notice of funding availability in January of 2026. The city also published a notice announcing the required 30-day public comment and review period and this evening's public hearing in March of 2026. To date, staff has not received any public comments. As mentioned, the annual action plan is the city's 1-year expenditure plan for CDBG funds, addressing priority needs and goals identified within the consolidated plan. For fiscal year 26-27, HUD has notified the city that it will receive an allocation of $325,194, a 7.3% decrease from fiscal year 25-26. An additional $35,773 in prior year uncommitted funds is available for capital improvement projects. These funds are proposed to be allocated across the 3 available categories shown in this slide: public services, program administration, and the remaining balance for capital improvement projects. For public service programs, it is recommended that the city fund all 6 public service provider applicants. These organizations provide a wide range of critical social safety net programs, including homeless prevention, healthcare access, senior services, employment support for individuals with disabilities, and child care assistance. The funding breakdown shown in this slide ensures a balanced approach to community needs. For program administration, it is recommended that the city continue to contract fair housing services with the Fair Housing Council of Orange County. These services provide education, outreach, and support related to fair housing laws, all in accordance with the city's adopted housing element. Funding is also recommended for CDBG consultant services to support program administration. The city currently contracts with consultant Mike Linares for these services, ensuring reporting and regulatory compliance with HUD. The total recommended allocation is below the HUD maximum for program administration. These unused funds may be allocated toward eligible capital improvement projects. For capital improvement projects, it is recommended that the city allocate all remaining fiscal year 26-27 CDBG funds, plus prior year uncommitted funds, to 2 projects: the ADA push buttons installation and ADA sidewalk curb ramp replacement in the eligible areas and locations provided in the staff report. With that, staff recommends that the City Council open the public hearing and receive testimony, consider the draft fiscal year 2026 to 2027 action plan and make any desired changes, and direct that the fiscal year 2026 to 2027 action plan, with any changes, be placed on the May 5th, 2026 City Council agenda for final adoption. And that concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. And in the audience this evening, we have representatives from the public service provider organizations, as well as our CDBG consultant, Mike Linares.
Great, thank you. Are there any questions from the council? No. Okay, very good. I will now open up public hearing, the public hearing to take public testimony. City Clerk, are there any additional requests to speak?
No, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, we'll start with Shannon Shiratino.
Evening. My name is Shannon. I'm with the YMCA of Orange County. We provide scholarships for our children at our school sites all throughout Orange County, but specifically to 7 location schools in Laguna Niguel. It gives parents peace of mind to where their kids can go somewhere after school, during the summer, all that kind of stuff, while they work and still have childcare after school. We provide over 1,500 children across Laguna Niguel every single day through all locations. And we offer homework support, STEM, after-school clubs. We also do fitness and wellness activities, as well as cooking classes and all that kind of stuff throughout the day. And then the funds that we receive help go directly to for staff members to process these applications that parents submit every 6 months. So that's that. Any questions?
We can't ask questions or answer right now,
No
but thank you
worries.
so much for
No
being
worries.
here. Thank you. Okay, we'll bring up Ross Chun. That would be former mayor and former council member of Aliso Viejo, Ross Chun.
Thank you. And this evening, I'm speaking on behalf of Family Assistance Ministries, where I serve as their Director of Development. So I want to thank Mayor Johns and the council members for considering our application for CDBG funding and actually funding for all of these organizations because, as Ms. Tamadan said, all of these agencies provide critical services for the community. FAM has been in South Orange County for 25 years, and we're proud to serve all of the South Orange County and part of Central Orange County as well. And our request, our application was for $20,000, and that was going to be divided between a 2-pronged approach for our housing stabilization program. The first part is for direct financial assistance. We provide residents with rental assistance, emergency funding, utility payments, and anything that will keep them housed. And then the second part of that approach is for sustained case management. And $8,000 of the $20,000 we requested is to fulfill a portion of our case manager salary and our housing manager support. And with that, I would say we are grateful for your continued support and considering all of the things that FAM does and all things that all these agencies do, and grateful for the opportunity that you thought about it and that you're going to hopefully make an award. And I'm glad that everyone was brought under consideration, and I'm especially grateful to you all. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Thank you for what FAM does. Okay, Stephen Moyer.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name's Steve Moyer, and I'm CEO of Age Well Senior Services. We've been around a while at this point. Last year, we turned 50 years old as an organization, and we have been in all of South Orange County. Our territory is from Irvine all the way south to San Clemente. We've been in the beautiful Sea Country Center for a number of years now, and our particular ask this year is to help support the Meals on Wheels program that we have. We've asked for $7,300, which will provide 2,000 meals strictly to residents of Laguna Niguel. We truly appreciate the relationship that we've had over the years with your wonderful city, I should say beautiful city. And we provide a number of services outside of just Meals on Wheels. Inside the Sea Country, we have a congregate meal program, which is a lunch program Monday through Friday. In addition, we do provide non-emergency medical transportation. You've probably seen our green and white buses throughout the county where we transport seniors door to door from their home to any medical appointment that they have. Truly appreciate the partnership out of all the cities that we're in. I must say that Laguna Niguel is certainly one of the very best. You care for your residents. It's that particular center, as far as our congregate meal program, continues to grow and get bigger and bigger. And thank you for everything you do. So, and I certainly want to mirror exactly what Ross Chun said. These organizations, in today's world, as far as fundraising, as you might expect, as everybody is pinched in some way, it means a lot, this particular grant to Age Well, and thank you for your time and effort.
Thank you, and thank you for what you do. All of you guys do a great job. And we'll end with Ryan Dillon.
All right. Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Ryan Dillon. I'm with Last is First. Since 2019, we've connected with over 500 individuals experiencing homelessness or at risk of experiencing homelessness across South Orange County. Our work is typically flexible and relationship-based. For this request, we defined a portion of our work that aligns with CDBG requirements and that can be clearly tracked and reported. This includes short-term assistance, such as emergency shelter, one-time rental assistance, and housing navigation. We're committed to clear documentation and compliance, and we look forward to working closely with city staff. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.
Thank you, and thank you for what you do. City Clerk, are there any additional requests to speak?
No, Mayor.
Great, thank you. I will now close public hearing. I will now take any discussion from the council. Yes, all right. Mayor Pro Tem Jennings.
Want to thank all of the organizations for being here tonight and all you do for our community. It really is immeasured, and I just appreciate all the hard work that you do to take care of our residents the way that you do. And this program is so important, and we love it as a council, and we're so grateful that we're able to give you money. We wish we could give you all the money you ask for, but unfortunately there's limited funds, but we are just grateful. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for the love that you give our community.
Thank you. Okay, now you want something? Go ahead. Councilmember Genoway.
Thank you. I just want to take a moment to thank all the organizations that have come out here tonight. It's so wonderful in our community that there are people like you and organizations like the ones you help foster that can help those most in need in our community. Because as many of you mentioned, everybody's pinched in some way, whether it be financially or with family struggles. And you really have such a great impact on improving the lives of the people in our community. And so while we are able to provide this money to capture these funds and give it to the organizations who, quite frankly, I often say nonprofits do a better job of running these programs than government, and that's true in our community and throughout Orange County. And we're just so grateful that we can give you these funds to carry out your mission for the betterment of all of us. Thank you so much.
And Councilmember Winstead.
Thank you. I just want to reiterate the comments of my colleagues. Thank you all for being here. You serve our community well. I've personally firsthand seen the results of your organizations and how you do improve our community members, and just thank you so much for being here. That means a lot. I agree. I wish we could do more, but thank you. You do a great job serving our community, so thank you.
Okay, any other comments? Very good. Do I have a motion to approve the staff recommendation and bring the CDBG Annual Action Plan for the fiscal year 2026-2027 back for final adoption at the May 5th, 2026 City Council meeting? I have a motion and a second, and we'll vote. Motion carries. This concludes public hearings. We'll now move on to City Council, City Manager, and Department reports. Let's start with Councilmember Otto.
Thank you so much. I'm reflecting on the comments regarding the closure of the Laguna Beach ER, and I'd like us to do something, if we can do a resolution to oppose it, or have Seth Teagan, our CEO of Providence, come and talk to us a little bit, because if you review the petition, you will see that our zip code comes up as people who are most concerned about it. And so I know this has been a really good resource for our residents. And I know my family uses the Laguna Beach ER. Mission Viejo is very busy, and it is concerning that they're considering closing it. So I'd like to consider doing something and having further discussions and being involved in that. My comments tonight, on April 24th, we recognized the Armenian genocide of 1915. 1.5 Armenians were killed, many tortured or starved to death, and my great-grandmother is a survivor of the Armenian genocide. And we recognize and remember that so it does not happen again. In 1939, Hitler gave the Obersalzberg speech before Germany invaded Poland. And he said, "Who, after all, speaks of the annihilation of the Armenians?" For Hitler, the Armenian genocide was seen as an instructive precedent for ethnic cleansing, and unfortunately, we know what happened with the Jewish Holocaust. And so it is very important that we speak out against injustice, and we remember and recognize these moments in history, like the Armenian genocide. So, of course, it's personal for me, but I want to thank the city and the mayor, Jean Johns, for drawing up a resolution on this and supporting Armenians in that way. And I look forward to standing with Armenians next week at the Board of Supervisors when they recognize the Armenian genocide as well. On a happier note, I want to wish a happy 80th birthday to Marty Bruno, otherwise known as Garden Grandma. Marty is a volunteer at John Malcolm Elementary School that helps tend the educational garden for students and volunteers at the school, and they reached out to me and let me know about this, and I know the mayor will be celebrating with the school community soon. So congratulations to Garden Grandma on 80 years and for all your volunteerism at Malcolm Elementary School. Also, I have a TCA report. Now, I keep telling everybody the TCA is in the golden age, and they keep saying, "Stephanie, you're just saying that because you're chair of San Joaquin." But I have outside, unbiased support for that right now, and I'm excited, very excited to say that TCA has been named California Transportation Organization of the Year. So the California Transportation Foundation specifically acknowledged TCA's leadership across a broad range of initiatives, including major regional infrastructure advancements such as the 241-91 Express Connector project, strong fiscal management demonstrated through early bond paydown and credit rating upgrades, innovation in toll operations and interoperability, and nationally recognized environmental and community programs. These achievements are rooted in the board's clear strategic direction through the strategic plan and the strong execution by TCA's dedicated and high-performing staff. So congratulations to TCA staff and board of directors on that. Finally, happy Earth Day and happy Arbor Day to Laguna Niguel, our very own Tree City, USA. Thanks, everybody.
Great, thank you. We'll go to Councilmember Genoway.
All right, well, thanks so much. Got a lot to report, but I'll keep it short for this meeting. Over the last month, I've gotten to do some pretty cool things. The first thing I want to mention, I got to attend the 2026 Fire Ops Day with the Orange County Fire Authority and put on by the local Fire Association 3631. And I got to join about 50 other council members from across the county up at fire headquarters in Irvine, where we practice fire suppression. And by the way, we got to put on full gear, helmet, self-contained breathing apparatus, the oxygen tank. It was a lot of fun. It was hard work. I was exhausted after just 4 hours of doing that hard work. But we learned about fire suppression. Vehicle extraction was my favorite part, getting to operate the jaws of life. It's a 50-pound tool, very effective. There's only 2 buttons on it, open and close. And I got to tear apart a disabled vehicle. That was a lot of fun. Got to bust through some windows. Never done that before. So it was a good time with a bunch of my council member colleagues from across the county and the firefighters who were really kind of holding our hand through the process. We did some search and rescue activities. We got to climb on a ladder up to a rooftop and use the chainsaws to cut through a roof. Got to rappel out of a window, which took me back to my days in Boy Scouts. A lot of fun. And if you want to see photos of this, go to any one of my social media pages on Facebook or Instagram. There's actually a video out there, but I'm not going to play the video to show you how awesome I am. You already know that. But we had a great time. Probably the scariest part of the whole day, though, was when they had us put on the oxygen mask. And thank goodness we tested out my oxygen mask before we went into a burning building, because the first one they put on me actually didn't work. Oxygen wasn't flowing through it. So thank goodness we tested it. I got a new one. But I'll tell you, running into a building that is pitch black with just black smoke everywhere, running in with a fire hose, full gear, searching for the fire, I gotta say that was pretty scary stuff. And mind you, I was fully cognizant this is a controlled setting. Nothing bad is really going to happen, and even still, I was scared. And I can only imagine what our firefighters go through, running into those dangerous situations, not knowing if their next step will be their last. And so I have nothing but gratitude for the 1,200 firefighters of the Orange County Fire Authority. And I want to thank you so much for everything you do for our community. The Fire Ops Day this year was held in honor of fire apparatus engineer Kevin Skinner, who, as we all know, on January 4th of 2025, lost his life while he was saving the lives of others responding to a house fire here in Laguna Niguel. And so we had a moment of silence for Kevin Skinner on that day. Another comment that I received often whenever I would tell somebody that I was from Laguna Niguel, everybody just had rave reviews about our director, Kelly Jennings, who represents Laguna Niguel to the Fire Authority. You have a stellar reputation among all the directors and firefighters, and it's really no surprise that they chose you to be on the ad hoc committee to select the next fire chief. So great testament to you, Mayor Pro Tem Jennings. All right, this past weekend, Niguel Botanical Preserve Earth Day celebration. Next topic. Earth Day celebration was a lot of fun. There were about 150 volunteers that descended onto Crown Valley Park in the Niguel Botanical Preserve early on Saturday morning. I personally worked in the Palm Canyon section of the preserve, and I think everybody had a great time beautifying the true gem of our community, the Botanical Preserve. And then later that night, I went to the Taste of Aliso Niguel, which is always a great event to raise money for our high school. Taste of Aliso Niguel was on Saturday. The next day was Taste of Dana Hills. I heard they had a great event too. At the Taste of Aliso, it was a lot of fun. I got to work at one of the stations, one of the beverage stations, with the mayor of Aliso Viejo, Max Duncan. So we had a great time seeing everybody in the community and helping out and volunteering at the event. One more thing I want to talk about, which was mentioned during the invocation today. This room feels a little empty tonight. Usually sitting in the front row, right over there, is Donna Mulvaney. And early this morning, at 90 years old, she passed away, and she's now reunited in heaven with her beloved husband, Dennis. Laguna Niguel is a better place because of Donna Mulvaney. I think we all know that to be true. I got to know Dennis and Donna Mulvaney from a very young age, almost my whole life. I remember being 14 years old, going over to their house and talking to Dennis and Donna about my Eagle Scout project. Donna was a true gem in the community. 1998 Citizen of the Year. She inspired so many generations of young people, specifically young girls through the Girl Scouts, to grow up and become leaders in their communities. She was really the gold standard of volunteerism. And we will forever be grateful for everything Donna Mulvaney has given to us in Laguna Niguel, and we will always cherish her memory. Thank you.
Thank you. And Councilmember Winstead.
All right, well, that's difficult to follow. Thanks, Ray. Okay. Last week, your council member colleagues and I were honored to attend the Orange County Sheriff's Department Medal of Valor ceremony, where 19 men and women were recognized for their heroism, service, and sacrifice in the line of duty. It was a deeply moving ceremony where officers were honored for aiding those in need. Examples of their heroism include rendering medical attention to a stabbing victim and to a father who suffered a massive heart attack while a passenger in his son's car, navigating treacherous terrain and weather to rescue stranded hikers, and performing CPR on baby Gio, who drowned in the family's swimming pool. I'm truly thankful for the sacrifices made by our first responders and their families, and was honored to have attended this event with all of my council members. Also, the USS Stockdale has returned. So their homecoming was on April 10th. And I wanted to thank all of the volunteers and the staff and our community, our military support committee members who made it possible to create a 150-foot lei that was draped across the bow of this ship as it entered the harbor. So it was an amazing sight. I was not there personally to see it. I saw the photos, but I did help make the lei, and just I know that it could not have been done without the initiative of our military support committee and the support of our wonderful staff. So thank you for that. Earth Day was great. I'm just going to mention that Donna Mulvaney was a true volunteer. She had a servant's heart, and she was there. Donna was there at the Botanical Preserve on Saturday, so up until the end, she was giving to her community. She was an icon. Her absence has caused a void that is felt throughout our community. And my profound condolences to her family and all of those who've been touched by Donna. So thank you.
Thank you. And Mayor Pro Tem Jennings.
Thank you. So last Friday, I was able to attend a mock DUI crash demonstration that was hosted by Aliso Niguel High School and participation from the Orange County Sheriff's Department, CHP, and the Orange County Fire Authority. This was quite a sobering event. There was the students acted out a full crash. There were 2 cars that were damaged and people died, and this was the reenactment of a true incident that happened a few years ago coming from prom. So a boy was drunk driving and killed 2 people and massively injured 3 others. So I think it really made a profound impact to our students, and I'm grateful for the time that all of the organizations did to put this together, because it wasn't an easy feat. And so I appreciate you doing that, because I know that it will save lives in the future. And I just want to welcome our new Orange County Fire Authority Division Chief, Chief Reed Gibson. So we're so happy that you're part of our community. You have already done a stellar job, and we just know the care that you have for our community. So welcome back to Laguna Niguel. We're so happy to have you here, and thank you for all that you do. So thank you very much.
Great, thank you. A real quick comment on Donna Mulvaney. I saw her Facebook page when she turned 90, and she said it was her 60th anniversary of her 30th birthday. That's Donna. April 10th, 2026, I attended the homecoming of the USS Stockdale when it returned home after months of deployment. The crew sailed across international waters, carrying out critical missions, strengthening partnerships, and maintaining a strong naval presence throughout the world. Members of the Laguna Niguel Military Support Committee and the Foundation were there to welcome home these heroes and welcome them back to their families. In the photo you see, and as Councilmember Winstead stated, you'll see that there is a lei up in the front of that ship. We, the members of the committee, and some of the other public people that just showed up, put together. That was a really fun event, and it was so great seeing these heroes come home. They had a lot of symbols on their bridge that show that they were in a lot of action during that mission that they were gone. So luckily, nobody was injured. They all came home safe and sound, and it was wonderful to watch them reunite with their families, someone with brand new babies and just their loved ones. So it was a great time. April 19th, I attended and judged the 26 food stations that were at the Taste of Dana, that Dana Hills High School Foundation, that was their fundraiser. There were between 300 and 600 people there. It was a great turnout, and Laguna Niguel did not disappoint. Our restaurants were there and well represented. We had several of them. I'm sure I'm going to miss some, but we had Jack's Wood Grill, Knowles, Mucho Mucho, and Sunnyside Donuts. Now, they didn't just have donuts, they actually serve a lunch menu, and I was shocked when they handed me a bowl of soup. It was outstanding. So if you ever get a chance, on Fridays, they cook this soup, and it's amazing. So get a chance, go to some of these restaurants. They were great. I didn't pick the winner, but I definitely picked one of these from Laguna Niguel as the winner. I don't think I was biased. I think it was truly about the greatness of the food. So I want to thank the Dana Hills Boosters for their hard work for staging that event. It's the first time they held it there, and it was a true success. Okay. City Manager Letourneau. Do we have any reports tonight?
I have some very exciting news. We can now officially say that our general plan update is award-winning. And to give you further details, I'd like to turn over to Community Development Director Jonathan Orduña.
Thank you, City Manager Letourneau. The American Planning Association Orange section announced recently the award winners for their annual awards program celebrating outstanding planning work throughout Orange County. And Laguna Niguel will be bringing home not one, but 2 pieces of hardware from this award program. First, our community engagement and outreach program that supported the entire effort received an award of merit, and then the document itself received an award of excellence. And so being now section winners, both items are eligible for competition at the state level. So we'll be forwarding both our outreach program and the general plan update itself to the state planning competition, and we'll report back on any good news, but certainly an opportunity to again celebrate the hard work on this project, and thank you to this council for your leadership and support and participation in bringing it to fruition. And that concludes my report.
Great, thank you. Great job. I say it all the time that our staff is outstanding. You guys always knock it out of the park and do it with pride and dignity and wanting to serve this city, and I truly appreciate what you do, and then it reflects on these awards that we do receive and get nominated for. So thank you for a great job. Okay. Any other reports?
That concludes our report.
Thank you. Seeing there are no other reports, I would like to adjourn this evening's meeting in the memory of Donna Mulvaney. Hope I can get through this. Today we remember Donna Mulvaney, a truly remarkable woman whose life defined her service, her kindness, and devotion to others. Through her work with the Girl Scouts, she helped guide and inspire young people with values, confidence, and community spirit. Through her dedication to the American Legion Auxiliary, she supported our veterans. She represented the best of our community, always willing to give of herself. Her legacy lives on in the countless lives she touched. On behalf of our city, we extend our deepest condolences to her family, and we honor a life truly well lived. God bless you, Donna, and I'm sure you're back with your husband now. Thank you. With that, at 7:56, we are adjourned. Thank you and have a great night.